No, there's no case yet. It's only a
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So what's the difference between an actual, like, charging them and it being a petition is what I heard.
Okay, well, Canadian is totally different than U.S., so I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is from what I've heard and listened to on the news and stuff. And in the States, and it varies from state to state, but in the state that he sued him, you have a pre-trial, whatever they call it, petition where you're saying, I believe this. And it actually makes sense the way they're explaining it. Because instead of me suing you and then finding out you have an absolute defense to it and I've just spent tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars and you spent hundreds of thousands, then it goes away and I go, and one of the people is screwed because of this. You can say, I'm accusing you of this. And you have to produce documents. Here we do it it's called a discovery and we do it afterwards.
Okay. Drake suing UMG for promoting Not Like Us.
Not exactly.
Yes. Well, he's saying that they basically...
They were putting all their efforts on getting Not Like Us to sell.
Whose idea is this, though? Is this your idea, Drake?
It's his.
Because it's not a good idea.
It's such a bad
It's not a good idea.
No,
It's not going to make you look any better.
No,
it is gonna make it look
it's made him look, in terms of music and the industry, it's made him look like a sore loser.
No, well, if he loses, but if what he's saying is right, he's opening up. If what he's saying is accurate, he's opening up the music for everyone else and for other artists to compete based on the fans' views, not on what the record company wants to do. But it doesn't make sense because why do they want to sell stuff that doesn't make
Ultimately, what Stu is saying is that in the long run, if he proves that, because he's even accusing them of, like, he's giving them a RICO charge.
Right. Really?
Do you know how big that is?
Right.
Why on earth would you charge them with that stuff?
No, he's not charging. This is all civil. He's alleging civil complaint.
But still, this is the company that, like, butters your bread. These are the people that have been, like, that made you. Why would you go up against them? What career do you have afterwards?
This is what I want to know. I don't know how that stuff works, but to me, it doesesn't sound like a good idea. I mean, maybe he knows what he's doing. He's got lawyers, he's got entertainment lawyers and stuff like that are advising him. But to me, that doesn't make. That's not a good move, man. That's not a good move.
He's saying he's doing it for the other artists. He doesn't.
He's not. Drake suing UMG for pumping Not Like Us and defamation. Because he's saying because of the pedophile line, it's ruined his career.
Yeah, it's UMG, it's his own boss that he's suing. Right?
Yeah.
You should do that.
Smart? Not smart?
I don't know.
Career suicide?
I don't know. I think he's probably trying to leave the label anyways.
Huh.
He's probably trying to leave the label anyways and go independent because the last things that he dropped without the label.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, he did. Behind their back.
Yeah, so he
But also the last things he dropped, though, no traction.
So maybe he thinks that he doesn't need the label no more because he's still got the buzz and he's still got the streams, he's still got the spins.
I'm telling you, he doesn't still have the buzz. Suing them has people saying he's, I'm even calling him a rat, a snitch, a sore loser.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't. Well, in terms of music and rap battling, you should just leave it where it is and don't go that extra mile because now you look like the guy who's going to. Yeah, it's not a good look.
At all.
But I kind of understand why he's doing it because they're both on the same label and he's probably trying to leave the label.
I feel like he's doing it because
why else
he lost and he's afraid of it.
Why else would you sue your label unless you're trying to leave them?
Unless you're trying to leave them.
He has to leave.
Well, yeah.
He's out.
But I'm sure
Consider him out.
Yeah.
He's out. Yeah, you're not going to serve me with that kind of stuff.
Right. And still want me to pump your.
He was the golden boy. Yeah, no, that's flipping bullshit. You know what I mean?
I don't understand why he came with that angle. Why you coming? Why that?
It's the only way to stop it. I feel like he's
Why
trying
not
to
make
stop it
another
from
rap
being-
song, man? Make another rap battle song,
There
man.
you go.
Huh?
Well, but
Just like how Nas and Jay-Z went at it.
So much.
All right, see you again.
Do we know the winner out of that one? Everybody has a different opinion, right? On who won that battle. I say Nas, but a lot of people say Jay-Z won it. So it should have just kept, if you guys want to do that, then do it like that. But this sounds like it's like a real thing now. Like
He took
Drake
it
has made
personal.
it into like,
He's
yo,
stressed.
this is
He's saying he's unbothered. He is very
This is like
bothered.
a legal issue.
Yes.
But you know what?
Make
one thing
another
it
rap
does,
album,
it makes,
man.
I'm starting to think that to me, it gives him a lot of credibility in that he's not a pedophile. And there's no seriousness to the allegations because
For sure. I don't think anybody believed
Put
he
it
was
in a rap
pedophile.
song. Put it in a rap song, man.
Yeah.
This is the world that you're in,
but
bro.
with 15,
So you
you
gotta,
would be a pedophile, but it would be equally as bad.
come on,
Wasn't
man.
there allegations?
You gotta
of
speak because
underage?
now your fans are looking at you like, yo, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look good.
At
I
all.
say you should have
I don't
rap
know.
battled it out.
I feel like he wants to stop him from
Thanks, Robert.
performing it at Fame. James, thoughts on Drake's and UMG? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that one.
It's done. I feel like it's over for him.
That's what I said the other day. What? No. They're still bumping his stuff on the radio. He's opening for who? The World Cup, right?
World Cup.
Stop.
But that's
probably,
World
well, that's
Cup.
probably not gonna
Isn't
happen.
that the same time? Oh no, not the same time as Kendrick Lamar.
No.
Okay.
That's
That was probably set up through the
26.
label, no?
That was probably set up months ago, a year ago, 6
That's
months
probably
ago.
set up through the label. That's probably not
That
gonna happen.
part, exactly.
That's probably set up through the label.
That's not still happening.
That's not gonna happen again.
I would think that the label would be extra careful with him for a short while. They're not going to start punishing him for this.
You don't think
can't.
they're going to punish him? For
Not
this?
now. They can't. They can't. They get. I mean, they're going to probably sue him and say that he's not. There'll be more lawsuits out of it because the relationship's broken.
There's all these different parts. He accused him of firing people that supported him,
What?
over bumping Not Like Us on Spotify and stuff like that. But I did see people admit that Not Like Us would come up, like, say you're listening to a dancehall song, the next song would be Not Like Us. So they were like,
Oh, they were
Like
pushing.
an anthem. It's,
No, but they pushed the top things. What they say is they push stuff in regards. UMG in their reply to the statement or whatever, their official statement or whatever. They're saying we promote and
Yeah,
do
they're
everything
saying they do that with
based
all
on
their
our
art.
fans, and every fan
Yeah.
base is based on fan base. We do not do anything to prefer any artist.
I've
Why
never
would
heard
we?
anything like this in my entire life.
exactly.
And it
They're
seems
calling
absurd.
That's it. They're calling it absurd.
Absurd.
Once they're using words like absurd,
Well, it is.
absurd
Think
is
about
the
it.
neighbor to crazy.
Okay, no, but think about it like
Absurd
this.
is crazy's neighbor.
Well, I can explain how
Okay.
insane it is. Say you both work for me, right? And you're musicians, right? And you're selling albums. You're selling 1 million albums. You're selling 100,000 a week. And I'm gonna put all my money. No, I'm gonna put my money and promote the people who are selling. So obviously, Kendrick was more valuable to them at that time.
Not Like Us
because
was a
the
better-
It was a better
Not
song.
Like
too.
Us was a better song.
That was an
He's
amazing song.
saying
So Drake,
it
you need
was
to come
done-
back with a better one than that, guy. Come back with a better one than Not
Yeah,
Like Us.
you know what? I don't even. I
all
don't
you gotta
even
do.
know Kendrick's music basically. Like
It's too late now, but
No, but when I heard Not Like Us, and there's a few songs of Kendrick's I like, but when I heard Not Like Us, it just grabbed me. It's like an amazing song.
really,
Oh, I thought it was an amazing song.
I wasn't impressed by it. I didn't think it was that
Yeah.
good.
It just.
Did you hear Kendrick's new album? No, you're not listening to it?
No, I never heard it.
Oh, it's good. You might like it. There's some good old school tracks on there.
I'm a little bit not feeling hip hop right now.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna just start listening to reggae and stuff.
I like that.
I don't like the direction hip hop's going.
Really? What direction is it going?
It's not my direction. Not my direction.
Take care.
I'm gonna stick to reggae.
Hi, Donna.
That's all.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
What else you guys been talking about around here? What's been going on this week?
What have we been talking about? Well, Trump, obviously.
Oh my gosh, what about him?
Well, people are saying that he's talking about the tariffs or whatever.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Did you see
But-
Pierre Paul-Pierre?
But
There are no tariffs.
I feel like Trump talks a
fun.
lot of shit,
No, this is a very smart.
Oh,
one.
and it scares the crap out of people. Like he
Yeah.
probably
What
can't
did he
do
do
that.
last time with tariffs?
He's probably not allowed to do that.
Oh, you
You know what I'm
can't.
saying? But he could say whatever he wants.
I
But
feel like
actual do it, it's a different story.
I feel like the tariffs are very real. He's doing it because he believes it's going to promote an America First economy. Did you hear what Pierre Paul-Pierre said about it?
What?
About the tariffs.
No.
So basically,
All the dares are more.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
his position is that, and remember, this is like Trudeau's
Competition.
most like realistic competition.
But we're like the States. We have no real
I know,
opposition
I know,
to Trudeau.
I know.
Paul Revere. Like, there's nobody. If Trudeau might actually win, because just like
Yeah, Trump.
we have no one to fight against him.
I'm
Paul
like
Revere
Paul
is that.
Revere.
It's
I'm
like,
like Paul Revere.
I think
Because
Paul
you-
Revere-
because you haven't- because
He
there's no
got
right.
up there and said, listen, he's taking it very seriously. He's saying, Canada, we're weak right now. I'm going to be transparent. We're weak. Our economy is this, that, and the next.
Yeah.
Right? We can't afford to do this, that, and the next. So this is actually a huge blow. And he's blaming Trudeau for it, of course. Well, he's blaming Trudeau for
Effort.
Canada's, weakness in the state of our economy.
Well,
But I just thought it was an
Is it
interesting
totally
angle to
Trudeau's
take.
fault? I don't think it's totally Trudeau's fault.
Trudeau's been,
Well,
Canada has been
he's-
weak
It
for
was
the last
yeah, it's
100
been on a
years.
dive.
No, but it was never strong. First,
It was
we
coming
were owned
down
by
quick.
England, then we're owned by the States. We're
That's what
not
I'm
an
saying. I think
independent country.
I think it was going down in the first place. That's why the housing prices never made sense to me. Like the city hasn't really, the infrastructure of the city hasn't really gotten better. So why is housing prices going up?
Okay,
Doesn't
we're
make any
okay.
sense.
Name 100 cities in the states that you could live in. Capital, like good cities that anybody would want to live in. New York,
York.
Chicago, LA.
Right.
You can go Texas. There's everywhere. Florida. Like you can keep 2 or 3 in every place. In almost every state. There's
Yeah,
a
the
few.
Canada.
How many places in Canada can you live?
4.
Vancouver, Toronto,
Montreal.
Montreal's almost dead,
Yeah.
but Montreal's still surviving. But Montreal's like a
Montreal's
small
like
town
Toronto,
compared.
yeah.
It's not
Right.
like Toronto. It's a
Right.
tenth the size.
Well, that's what I'm
like
saying.
it died,
Montreal
but it died so much when they went the separatists came in
Right.
in '77 or whatever. Like all.
Well, they
the-
just discovered Nova Scotia now. Like people just discovered
Yeah,
other Canadians.
I just known about it for a while. I've always wanted to go there.
So there's 3 places, like you said. And I said this
so we
this
don't
week.
have the money to tap. Yeah, it's
I
just
feel like it's a bunch of adolescents that are making decisions for us.
Yeah.
Because the decisions that they're making are like childish, stupid decisions. You know what
Just
I'm
in
saying?
terms of what
Just
they're
not
deciding
thinking
to
it
do.
fully through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I hate
it's
to bring up the
all
bike
about
lanes, but the
money.
bike lanes, for instance, you're gonna put bike lanes. Okay, I agree. Okay, have bike lanes, but you don't put them on main arteries.
And you don't put them on main arteries.
And
like,
the fucking emergency vehicles can't get through.
do you see
Yeah,
You
Yeltsin?
guys didn't think of that? How did that not come up at
See what
the
Yeltsin's
table?
like?
Thoughts on Netanyahu being called a war criminal and all these
He's a
arrest
criminal. Well, he's
warrants
already a criminal.
going out for
Say-
his arrest. Most countries in the world
This is
have
happening?
honored. Yeah.
Is this actually happening?
Yeah, there's like a handful of countries, like U.S. of course.
Canada
Again.
said they would. Trudeau said he
Canada
can't
said
hold
they
it.
would arrest him if he came.
Let me say this. They've done this to so many other leaders. They did it to Gaddafi.
They never
No,
a
they
white
never
leader
arrested.
though, which is so interesting.
They only
Never a
arrested-
Yeah, but they
Western
turned
leader.
against him though.
They turned
They
against
put
him.
they
But
put
he
these
was
guys
always
in,
against Gaddafi.
yeah, but they put these guys in power
And then they turned on him.
and then they turn on him. Saddam Hussein was put in power by
Yeah.
CIA, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was paid. Saddam Hussein was paid until the day of his death. He was
That's
getting $1,000 a month.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. So another
No, it's
scapegoat
not
again?
ridiculous. It's
We're
not
gonna
ridiculous.
blame this guy for what's going on? We're gonna
He
blame
is to
him.
blame
He's
for
the
what's
reason
going
why
on.
this is
Yes.
going on. Meanwhile, America's
Him in
behind the whole
America.
thing. Right.
And,
Him in
and,
America.
the whole thing.
and,
Yeah.
and remember who funded Hamas? Hamas was
Netanyahu.
originally funded by Netanyahu
Yeah.
and the Americans
Yes.
to fight against the PLO. They didn't want the PLO.
That's
they
right.
didn't want. They thought it's just like who started Communist China? That wasn't a CIA plot. The CIA was afraid of one China. They thought it would be too difficult. So during the Civil War, they was the independents or whatever what do they call it? Chiang Kai-shek, who ended up going to Taiwan. He was winning. Mao was cornered and he was down to his last troops. What did the CIA do? They gave him massive amounts of weapons, air bombing, and assisted in getting other troops from other places in China there to get them because they thought they wanted to divide China.
No,
because
they've
they
been
wanted
doing
to
it.
divide
This
China.
has to be said officially.
They've been
Yeah,
doing it.
America
Plays two sides.
And the other thing is,
Both
not
sides.
only plays two sides, they're also just responsible for a lot of bullshit. And they're standing in the way of a lot of justice in the world. Every time it came down to a UN vote for a ceasefire, America's the first one putting up their veto hand. Because remember, they can veto everything,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like we've got all these international laws that we believe
Right.
in. Understand, Pete, at school, we had a whole section on rights of a child. Like we
Right.
were literally taught, yeah, I know. We were
sorry.
literally taught to believe that there was like this universal good, and that we're like the ones that are overlooking this and making sure that the world is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah,
where you're
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And America,
Right.
first
We're
of all,
showing the world
I
how we
don't-
should live,
yeah.
how everybody should live. Yeah. That's
okay,
true.
so-
And we can't even stop what's happening in
Sure.
Gaza. It's too much. Pete,
They
I'm
want
on
it.
X. So
they
I see
obviously-
like all of it, the bloodiest of it. It's
And
way
it's funny how in
too
Lebanon it's-
much.
And in
This is what they
Lebanon,
want.
it stopped very, very quickly.
This is what they want.
Lebanon, though, it's back on. You didn't hear? The
Oh, it's back
ceafire's
on?
ended.
Oh my God.
It never really stopped.
No, it stopped for a few
No,
hours.
according to my timeline, even after announcing the ceasefire, they were still continuously bombing them because they had like an hour left, and then it took right up
Wow.
after. It's bullshit, Pete. It's like it's enough to make you go crazy. It's literally enough to make you go crazy.
That's sad that they're still.
Well,
living
that's
like
no, but that's the new way wars are fought. That's proxy
America's
warfare.
veto power. How do we get rid of it?
The second America goes out,
That I
so
don't
will
know.
10 other countries. So it's no longer United Nations.
How?
So it can't exist without America. And it has no enforcement without America. It has no, like, America has more military power than any other country.
They've got a drop though. They're losing kids. They're losing kids. Kids aren't signing up for the military as much as they were. I think
So they
it's down
have-
like
so they have a draft.
30% or something.
drafted.
They're starting a draft in the States, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Are they actually
Trump said
doing
he's
that?
gonna-
They're
Trump
not
said he's
really.
gonna
They still draft.
That's all they have to do.
Yeah.
I heard
They're
a
not worried.
controversial opinion on
No
the
draft. Trump
That the
said
draft?
he will
They
do
don't
a
have
draft.
draft
One
right
of the
now.
differences.
That the draft is actually
They're not drafting this
It's
thing.
biased.
a
It's a joke.
level. It's
probably bringing it
unbiased.
back.
Is what I heard.
If
Is that? Oh, you feel like it's
Yeah, they could
biased?
just bring it back.
If you're an upper class, middle class white person,
You
you're
don't
not
get
going to get drafted.
Well, the
But
idea
no, but
is
now
that
it is
if
less
there
biased
a
because
draft-
we're upper class, middle class, black person. Actually, now it's changed. Most of the discrimination now is actually class discrimination.
Yeah.
And it appears, especially in the States, as racism because the previous racism, which was completely systemic, and it was made people who aren't white have such a disadvantage that even though it's level now, how do you catch up? You can't.
But
Oh, 100%
I feel like
class race.
realistically, people among like the same class have more in common. Or have-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
more so, yeah, if you have the same core beliefs,
Right.
which are often associated with class, but they're not based on class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a client?
You know what? No.
No.
So it's funny you say that because again, I started rereading this book, Power versus Force.
Love
Probably you guys
it.
gotta
Okay, I'll revisit
read
it.
this. So they're talking about. So like how you guys are talking about some people with the same class, they're
Yeah.
kind of alike
Yeah.
because they probably share the same conscious level. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they can't go to a lower level because the lower levels are the anger and the
Interesting.
guilt and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so those are the
Yeah.
lower levels. So they're only dealing with people. And I'm not gonna say I love everybody equally, but I like to deal with people on that same level. Though.
Yeah,
I like to
because-
talk to people and bounce ideas
Yeah,
off of.
yeah,
See what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't
yeah,
want to bounce it
yeah.
off somebody that's not
Yeah.
on that level. That's not thinking the same way. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That doesn't process things like that. So I could see why that happens.
Your take is that, like, you know, I read all these little sayings and stuff like that, and one of them is like, speak to people who are doing better than you, who are doing what you're doing. Essentially, you're in a position to inspire a lot of people that might be lower class than you. You know
Not
what I mean?
lower
So
class.
maybe
No,
somebody-
but still
lower
at
conscious.
Well,
The
but
lower
close
conscious level.
consciousness.
Lower
Do
conscious
they have to
level.
be pretty close, or they just like if they're too far below, you can't communicate with them.
But that's the thing. Well, they say that the lower you are, like let's say for instance you feel like committing suicide, like just giving up, whatever, right?
Yeah. This is interesting.
You have to actually get angry to get out of that. And anger is another low conscious
Okay,
level.
yeah.
But you need to get angry to get out of that, the basement that you were in. See what I'm saying?
You know,
And then from anger now, you become courageous.
Okay.
So I'm saying that's why they say like back in the day, the people fighting for freedom. See what I'm saying? Malcolm X. All this stuff happened over time, and then it happened. We became free. See what I'm saying? Because they fought to
no,
raise up.
they enslaved everybody else.
Well, they fought to raise up those levels.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But they had to go through every single stage to get to that level. See what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because anger is going to bring, like I said, courage, right?
Well, there's something changing with the Gaza narrative and the Israel narrative, because it's the first time in my life where it looks like Palestine might actually be free. Like this might actually happen.
Oh, I think the opposite. I think Palestinians in the worst probably the worst place ever. Hey, how you doing? I think.
Hey,
Yeah, I've always been like.
Drake is suing his lawyer.
Is he?
His lawyer. His
No,
record
his-
label.
Oh, Kendrick.
No,
How you doing?
He's suing his label for pumping Not Like Us.
Oh man, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
So I can't give you a.
They got like 500K. Let me go watch.
The main.
Let me go watch my boyfriend
Yeah.
play some ball, and
Oh,
then,
really?
And then fly me back.
private jet.
Oh, she's going to watch the game and come back
Oh, she's supposed to be in Vancouver performing, right?
tonight.
On the second leg
Yeah, I
of her.
thought last week was her last
Well,
week
no,
here.
'cause I watched this morning.
This
but
week
I
was her.
couldn't
This
get
week.
off the radio.
I
She's
thought-
gone
I
already.
thought- Yeah, I thought she's gone this week.
So I took it
But
off.
she's going to Vancouver.
You say she's the most overrated
I thought
artist on the
Vancouver was
planet.
this weekend.
You know what's so funny? As a hater, maybe, but as a fan, if you listen to her
And
songs,
this
They
morning-
suck.
she's a strong writer. No, I'm sorry.
She doesn't
They
write her own
don't
music.
suck.
She doesn't write her own
She
music.
writes.
She does.
She does write, and
Well, then she's one of the
got
three
some
people
really
in
good
Hollywood
songs. She's got some strong songs.
But so does a lot of other people. My thing is, what made her so different than any other big artist that we've had in the past?
She's the best
Well,
friend
yeah, for Magna.
appeal. She's got. I watched.
Brand
I watched
appeal.
her tour.
What's up, baby?
Brand appeal.
Yeah, guys. So she just hits you with like the, "Hey, everybody, you're my friend." Heart,
Yeah, but I
you know
only
what I
work-
mean?
I
She
Okay,
acts a
that's
lot younger.
why.
Do you know she's almost 40?
And I tried.
No.
Did you know she's almost 40?
No.
I know.
But
Yeah,
she's been around for 20
37.
years, so yeah.
She's 37 years old.
She's from Scarborough. She's like.
Wow.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think she knows my mom.
So like that, she's just like she found her sweet spot
Okay.
and just never
I didn't have
left.
time to-
But I do
No,
think
she
she's
didn't
got some
find it, she
talent.
was placing
She's
it.
not the best dancer.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
She's almost 40?
Yeah, she's 37.
Really? Wow, I didn't know she was that
Pretty
old.
good for
She looks
37.
great
Huh?
for 37.
Yeah.
Well, with that money, who wouldn't look great, right? Right?
Early 30s.
No, she plays it off. I know she does. She plays it off.
I swear she was in like her late 20s.
No. She does look like late 20s, and that is how she acts. She's not. She's older.
Kansas City only
And
won,
this,
like,
that's what this tour is about. Like all of her albums. So she did every
Well, they're
era
not
of
gonna,
her
I think Detroit Lions are
career.
going to win this year. But what do I know?
But yeah, funny about your book. So I recently reconnected with a friend. The problem with this friend is that she only ever reaches out when she's really, really low. So originally the way we met is we were both 15 in grade 9. My mom was always just trying to save people, right? So she called my house when her mom was about to kick her out. My mom let her move in. She didn't even ask me. So we kind of grew up like that, like weird. Anyways, she would always pop into my life when she needed help, when she needed rescuing. And so she did it again recently, and I just couldn't handle her negativity. Like it was just too constant, too much. Every time we spoke, it was something negative.
Right.
The girl ended up, and I mean, we invited her over to Thanksgiving. I tried to go out with her. She was
Taylor
just
Swift
on a
is
different
34.
frequency. She tried to break up with me the other day. Well, she did. She broke up with me the other day. And she was like saying all this stuff. You slammed the door when I last saw you. Your mom blocked me from eating at Thanksgiving. None of this stuff happened, Pete. I swear to God. I just had to let this girl go.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This book talks about stuff like that. It
Has
talks about
to.
traits. Yeah,
Because
like
it's real.
this is what happens when people are in this state of mind. These are the things that
I want
happen.
to read this book. I want to read this book.
It's amazing, bro. Power
What's it called
versus
again?
force. Like I said, I want to reread it because it
Yeah.
totally makes power versus force. And then you tell me where you think you are, because even it talks about love.
Yeah.
It said nobody's ever gotten to the level of love,
No one's ever gotten
Conscious
to the level of love.
conscious level of love. No.
Really?
Because the love that we talk about,
Yeah.
being in love with, this is all possession based. So
Well, that's not love. That's that's the difference between attachment and connection.
And love, that
Interesting.
love quickly turns into hate. So if you're not getting what you
Okay.
want, all of a sudden now you hate the
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Huh.
So that's a
Interesting.
pride thing. That's a pride thing. So that love is based with pride, and it's
Pride
not
will
real.
kill you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's not real love. And I've always asked this question. That's why I'm glad I was able to get some kind of clarification through this, because
Yeah.
it makes total sense. Like you're supposed to, if you love, you're supposed to love everything. Nothing's supposed to bother you.
Yeah.
what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying?
my goal,
I'm almost at that point.
That is the goal.
right?
I'm pretty close.
Almost?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
almost. I
close.
can't think
I'm
of this
close.
above me.
I'm close.
Like
I give it to
something
God.
you would-
Yeah. 'Cause, see, I kind of love everything, but the things that I don't love,
Oh yeah.
it's like 0 to 100. It's like love to like, I have to kill you now. Like, yeah. Just like that.
Yeah. No, I hate walking around with even just like negative energy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Energy's a big
I
thing.
hate it. Energy's such a big thing.
It's a real
Everything.
thing. It's real.
Energy is everything.
That's
It's
yeah.
everything.
That's it. That's it.
Did you guys hear about
Well, actually, literally is everything.
Literally.
Like, there's no such thing as physical matter. Like,
Right.
what we think exists does not exist.
yeah.
We're just misinterpreting it because we don't have the ability to see it as it is.
Right.
And that's like a scientific fact.
Yes. No, I know.
It sounds like conspiracy theory.
No, I know.
Wacky
I was
stuff,
looking
but
at the CIA file was talking about just the ability to astral project. So leave your body, travel outside of your body, speak telepathically with people. Like these are things that are possible.
I know you can get hypnotized and then you go into like a part of your brain that like you can't access when you're sober. Like when people get kidnapped by aliens, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, a professional will put them under, and then it accesses their subconscious.
Wow.
Wow.
Upstairs for long.
Yeah. All right. Respect.
It's like you that put in the fridge, but the next time
This
you're
one's
gonna
like
take
number
it.
2. Like number 2 sickest.
I always bring them. See, I always
What's
have
the
That
number
one
one
is
one?
crazy. The number 1 sickest is I have to find it. But this one was the S in the middle, and then the zigzags on the left. This one was super sick and super fresh, and I came back and it held for like a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
You wore a do-rag?
Well, yeah, when I go to bed,
Yeah.
but like I have to go to work and
Yeah.
you know, but it held.
You gotta say something.
And I got like,
You should have had a trench coat and like nothing under. It was like, yo, look, we're gonna bail up after show up.
yeah.
And we just blur it out. You can have show up.
Yeah, you can blur it.
when they see it on the screen.
You can see everything.
What else you guys been talking about in the shop?
What's wrong with this? You see what happened? I see it. He doesn't see it.
Regular stuff. Trump stuff.
It's happening now, right?
Yeah, that's what these guys are saying.
Trump stuff, politics. That's really about. That's really been the main of it.
Okay, so let's.
I stopped.
My sister, respect.
I stopped. I got off of the Trump train.
We got off the Trump train.
Yeah, he's not the anti-war candidate that I thought he was. I was just looking for anti-war. That's
Bless
it.
up,
I was
Nazi.
looking for less war.
Respect.
Yes, General.
Hot TV.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Same
Did
thing
you
is
hear about
going on.
Drake suing his
Nothing's
record
going on.
label?
His record label?
Yeah.
He's suing OVO? That's his record label.
Universal Music.
I know what you meant, obviously.
Yeah.
You gotta say that's what the heck you talking
makes
about.
money.
What's up? How are you? Good, thank you. So what's up? Who's he suing then? He said his record label, Astro
He's
Roy,
suing
said nah.
UMG for pumping Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us.
That's not his label. That's
Yeah, so that's not his label. Yeah, that's another guy's label. But how is he
He's not
suing
part of
him?
UMG as well.
No, Drizzy's not. No, Kendrick is.
Kendrick
That's
is.
Kendrick.
So why is he suing them? What's going on here? Talk to me,
He's
talk quick.
saying that they unfairly
Quick, we're
pumped
talking,
Not Like
yeah?
Us, right?
And they got bots.
Oh, there was,
They got bots.
yeah.
Like they bought.
Yeah,
people to-
But he's saying that pedophile line is ruining his career.
Well,
I
I
don't
for
know.
that too.
Yeah.
But how do you know he's saying that? How do
defamation.
you guys know he's
He
saying
put
this?
a petition out.
So let me see
So
the footage
there's,
of him
like,
saying
legal
this. Show me the
There's
footage
no
of him
footage,
saying.
but I can
So then
read
he
you
didn't
the,
say that. That
the
doesn't make
paperwork.
sense. That doesn't make sense.
They're all willing to go just to have
That
fun.
doesn't make sense for one. For two, we're still running right here. Let me talk the stock for you,
Yeah,
show you what's
okay.
going on.
Let me look it up.
Listen, Nisi, this is what's going on. A lot of these guys and artists, and even not just artists, grocery stores, barbershops, fashion companies, whatever it is, they're all buying the bots. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying Drizzy's doing it or Kendrick's doing it or who's doing it more or not. You can't really, you know, they're all doing it. I don't want to pin it on both. So you
No,
know,
exactly.
they're all doing this shit.
sure.
They're all buying the bots. Half of these losers in
For
Toronto that I know, these wannabe blogs, they're all buying bots. All these little wannabe rappers running around with these little dumb COVID masks and this Pooh Shiesty mask, they're buying bots. They're all fakers and fronters and wannabes. So even if, point is, if Kendrick was buying bots, or Drake or not, guess what it boils down to? Those guys have millions of dollars and millions of fans coming in and millions of sponsors. So who gives a damn? Yeah, I'm saying?
He gives a damn.
I don't
It
care.
feels like it's ruined his career
Well, it
now.
don't matter. Drake, you got millions, you got billions. Don't worry about that, man. You know what I mean? Come down here and link with some top dogs. We got you, bro. Don't worry about all that. That shit is corny and foo-foo, man. You don't gotta worry what they think about you, man.
Okay, so
They needed you. They needed you and they wanted you. You're the one that made them and created them. So let them hate over there. And I'm
That
not even.
part.
And
No,
I'm not
that
trying to
part,
diss the
actually.
family on the south of the border, but I'm
No,
just
but
saying that.
that part.
They
did
needed
slap
him.
in
They
the
wanted
face.
him. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a
So
slap in the face.
and now they're running. Oh,
Everybody's
he's this,
talking
he's that. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. When you were
that's
emailing him and texting him and calling him and
Killing
begging to get on
themselves.
it. Come, we just needed to
Everybody.
sing some songs, do some dance, do some hymns, do some shit for us. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We can't. We're not taking no sides, but that whole bot shit, let him do what he wants to do, and even if he needs to just forget about them, who cares? Those guys are corny and fugazi and foo-foo.
Okay,
Buying
so-
bots, man.
He's signed to Republic, which is a subsidiary of UMG.
Who, Kendrick?
Drake.
Drake. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he's basically biting the hand that feeds him.
Right, no, but I thought Drake's under his own, his own. Like he either bought out of Young Money, because Young Money was his first record label with Wayne, and well, this is just my knowledge. I don't know nothing about none, but his first record deal was with Young Money, and they treated him properly. And then apparently, I don't know if he's still with Young Money. Like, all I know is Drake was under Young Money, but then eventually when Drake really blew up, he either bought out of his contract with Young Money and then started OVO, which is he pays himself pretty much.
Who cares?
Or because I didn't know about
I don't know
UMG
who
or
Republic
anything like
Records
that.
is.
Or
I never
Republic
really
Records.
knew. Yeah, I never really knew that he was signed.
Yeah, there's a lot that we don't know that's just behind the scenes.
And
I need some of those bots.
the music,
I need some of
the
that
business
shit.
of
Right.
music.
Yeah, I gotta get mine, yo. We gotta get ours. We
Honest
wanna
to
talk
God.
about it. Yeah, we gotta get ours. Tell them send some bots here. Look how he's whining. Cut that camera off and let's talk some real shit now.
Go ahead.
Cut it off. The camera's on.
We need the real
If the
shit on the
camera
camera.
off or is it on?
It's on. We need
Yeah,
some
we
real
need the
shit on
camera off
camera.
when Don's talking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we already got a lot of people mad. We don't want to get them more mad, you know? But that's what I'm saying.
And Spotify.
You know what happens too? You got millions. Not just Drake or not just Kendrick. A lot of artists and a lot of movie stars, whatever. They got millions and billions. How much is enough? You know what I'm saying?
I know, but
How much is enough? Like,
I feel like, okay, think about it.
yours.
Doesn't have to have it. If you want your happiness for money,
Oh, you got yours.
Yeah, ain't nothing new.
you're trying to get their salary. Self-worth.
2009, he got robbed for his chain.
Oh, so you've got him with the snitch. The people that are calling him a snitch.
He snitched then when he got his chain robbed, and then he's snitching right now again.
You see what That's not, that's what I'm saying.
That's
I don't
what
want to
people
say. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
So
It's like
for me,
almost
it
like a
feels like-
baby, cryy, whiny thing. And believe it or not, guess what? You got millions, you got billions. If anyone's offended or hurt or, you know what I mean? If you feel bothered or offended, this is not just for Drake or Kendrick or even just an artist, just as human beings, period. If you're bothered or you're offended and you have tons of money, I'm not saying this in no bad way or negative way. But remember, money controls people's loyalty. You know what I'm saying? A best friend will hurt a best friend over a couple million.
Then they're not a friend.
So it don't matter if you're sitting in Canada at Niagara Falls watching a movie at the hotel, and someone is sitting all the way in Los Angeles and Compton, and somehow it rains and somebody got wet. You know, like, shit happens, right? So that's how it goes. You know what I mean? Scratch that. Yeah, scratch that.
I think in music, a huge part of it too is popularity. So the fact that he's not him anymore and he doesn't get the same respect, he's not getting the same respect from his own crew, is my guess.
You never had my respect anyways.
No, I
Never
know.
had my respect either.
No, I know.
No,
He had to
I know, I
fight tooth and nail for Toronto respect.
He doesn't even have it. He doesn't have the real
It's a
sponsor.
parlay, which means you bet multiple bets.
It's just not real. He's a commercial product.
Jenna.
He's a businessman, not an artist.
Then you're done.
Yeah.
And
And that's
Kendrick
probably
is an artist, not a
why he
businessman.
won for so long. That's
Because it was
probably
pure
exactly
business.
why he won for so long. Because it's a business. Like, did you see, or you wouldn't have seen this, but he cut his braids
I
off
wanted to
and
bring
he
that
got
thing down for you
the
guys to read
wackest
this.
little Caesar.
You guys got to read the thing about love.
Okay, yeah, please.
Think about love.
Love
All right.
it.
Love's good.
Power over
Power versus force.
power versus force.
All I know is that we run the cut. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
That's what it is.
He cut his hair and posted the wackest Caesar. I was like, should have gone to cut and run.
Who cut his hair? Oh, this guy's in his feelings, yo. His feelings is hurt. He's
I know. To be cutting your hair? I know.
having flashbacks. He's like, yo, I snitched before. This just feels right. You know, I'm gonna snitch again.
He's pissed. He's like, yeah? Well, also, he is playing a different level. He's not just an artist. So as a businessman, he might be like, no, I'm going to do these guys on a business level.
But eventually everyone gets exposed, right? So took so long for the world to realize that he's a bitch. Worship your false god. You know? I don't know what the 6 is though, but I know what T-Dot is. I know what T-O is. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
I don't know, but I'm done talking about that.
Kendrick's balling too.
Drake comes in right here, right now. I hate to say it, man. We're gonna have to cut this in.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Business is business.
Okay.
So these guys got billions. That's it. Drake walks in right now, you're cutting his hair for free. Yeah. Kendrick walks in right now. Kendrick walks in right now, you're cutting his hair for free. Kendrick says, hey man, yo, let me get that jacket, cuz. I said, yo, it's you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Drake come in, hey, man, I need that. Here you go, here. That's how the business is business, you know? So I'm not gonna, like I said, all I'm saying is, I get it, we gotta talk, it's gossip, it's fun, it's life, it's culture, it's urban bullshit or whatever, but if we're not sitting on millions, or we're not even sitting on $500,000 cash saved, or even in a credit card, $1 million black card, or a couple houses, or we don't need to worry too much of what those two guys are doing. I see a lot of blogs and them blogs on social media, especially Toronto blogs, their whole shit is based on Drake and Kendrick. Like, why do you care? Why do you care? You know what I'm saying? And then it makes me wonder, what would these guys do to get in with Kendrick and the gang? Or to get in with Drake and the boys? What would these guys do to have those 3 letters printed on their shirt? Or tatted on their back or tatted on their ass? You know what I'm saying? What would they do?
Drake hasn't lost any
I don't know. These guys, I don't know. You don't put nothing past nobody out here. Like I told you earlier, money, there's no loyalty or respect or code when it comes to money. Back in the day, maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Maybe only now we're finally realizing what's happening 25 years later. But there's no loyalty or order in this shit. All these guys, what do you think all those blog sites are posting about Drake and Kendrick?
Money.
You think they care?
It's money,
It's not even just about money because they're poor as a bum.
No,
but you see what happens? They're waiting to get the views. They want people to come on and the views, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? What if I'm in the streets, I'm a street guy and I see somebody and say, oh, what about Drake and Kendrick? I'm like, yeah, you're a blog guy. Just go boom and take the camera from them. What are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So this shit is different, you know? Like, come on, we can't, let's not spend too much time. Let's just be humble, everyone.
Honestly.
Let's be humble.
Amen.
Let's just show compassion. And let's be cool because there's 2 or 3 sides to every story and we just don't know. So let's be nice. You can't bash or kick guys when they're down. Even if they were kicking us when they were up, or they were boasty or cocky or not, you do what you gotta do for you, you know what I'm saying, for what's inside of you. So let's not worry too much about those guys. They're doing their thing.
As a human, as a man, I might have gone that way too.
Exactly. That's it. Because what the hell do I care? I'm gonna run around spending all my data on my phone looking at what Drake is doing and what Kendrick. Those guys got tons of cash. Those guys got tons of cash. They can do anything they want. They could come in here right now. They could wake up and say, oh, I feel to have some guava and some guinea and some real pepper pot from Guyana. And they have that shit sent up right now because they got that. You know what I mean? I don't got it like that. I gotta wake up. Shit, I wish I had some pepper pot now. Next year when I reach Guyana, I'm gonna get it, you know? So that's it, you know, like we can't.
Used to say, them rich already.
Yeah, you don't spend too much. That's the biggest mistake, see? So you gotta be careful. And the words of Pac, and not to quote Pac, but remember what Pac said. Recollect your thoughts, don't get caught up in the mix because the media is full of dirty tricks. Only God could judge me, you heard? Shout out to Hot TV. Come on. Shout out to Hot TV and stay true. Come on.
Losing everything. Don't made me very angry, and that gave me the
talking
change.
power versus
Ready to exactly.
That's why.
Like the guys who stole this, and I wanted to kill them.
Right.
But that's not a lie. But I didn't.
Sarah, I'm gonna let you read this.
Yeah, read it. It's very interesting.
The Level of Love, which is the level 500. Dr. David
So why are they saying nobody's reached this yet?
It's the level of 500. It's hard. It's easy to treat. It's easy to treat your kid this way.
Yes.
But can you treat any other humans, every human this way? That's hard to do. And you need to be like that because that's a different energy. You're pulling energy into you.
I gotta know.
Okay, so
Break it down.
love, as depicted in the mass media, is not what this level implies. On the contrary, what the world generally refers to as love is an intense emotionality combining physical attraction, possessive,ness, control, addiction, eroticism, and novelty. It is usually evanescent and fluctuating, waxing and waning. with varying conditions. With frustration, this emotion often reveals an underlying anger and dependency that it had masked. That love can turn to hate is a common concept, but what is being spoken about rather than love is an addictive sentimentally and attachment. Hate stems from pride, not love. This probably never was actually love in such a relationship. The 500 level is characterized by the development
what is love?
Okay.
Listening.
Is it characterized as the development of love that is unconditional, unchanging, and permanent. It does not fluctuate because its source within the person who loves is not dependent on external conditions. Loving is a state of being. It is a way of relating to the world that is forgiving and nurturing and supportive. Love is not intellectual and does not proceed from the mind. Love emanates from the heart. It has the capacity to lift others and accomplish great feats because of its purity of motive. At this level of development, the capacity of discerned essence becomes predominant. The core of an issue becomes the center of focus. As reason is bypassed, there arises the capacity for instantaneous recognition of the totality of a problem and a major expansion of context, especially regarding time and process. Reason deals only with particulars, whereas love deals with wholes. The ability often ascribed institution is a capacity for instantaneous understanding without resorting to sequential symbol processing. How does that sound to you?
I probably have always defined love by your first definition, but I've definitely experienced love by your second definition. And the second definition is my child, my family, just more constant, more consistent, and it's not based on what the other person is doing, giving.
That's right. But can you treat everybody else like that? That's not easy to do. And that's what they say. There's only a few people that ever rose to these levels. Mother Teresa. What's the word? Gandhi.
Did they put Mother Teresa in that book?
Yeah. Mahatma Gandhi.
Mother Teresa's a controversial figure, you know.
I don't know. But I think people, when you think Mother Teresa, you think of a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Giving and stuff
That's what they think. If you don't know.
What do you know? What did you hear?
If you know, you know.
Kids.
Yeah. She was involved in the sex trade.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see, I didn't know. But like I said, the image that they left of her was a positive.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So people don't know any better.
Yeah. But just an example of it.
Right.
Pete just read a really cool definition of love.
Sorry.
And what it is and what it isn't. Those are fun.
Respect. And I don't want to, do you have to have a kid to actually feel love?
Interesting. Maybe that's the first time people did.
don't know though.
Based on his definition though, it explains why a lot of people break up after having kids.
And then hate each other.
Yeah.
You gotta read it.
Pete, can you just give him the highlights? Highlights.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
So what it isn't?
Here.
Yes, sir. You just came inside right now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I see.
What's the highlighted part?
Here, let me read it. Love as depicted in the mass media is not what level this level implies. On the contrary, what the world generally refers to as love is an intense emotionally combining physical attraction, possessiveness, control, addiction, eroticism, and novelty.
Yes.
It is It is usually evanescent and fluctuating, waxing and waning with varying conditions. When frustrated, this emotion often reveals. How do I?
He said only.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay, so hold on.
I think she went to bingo.
This emotion often reveals an underlying anger and dependency it had masked.
Where's Stu at, though? We gotta do some real
So, right? Based on everything you just read, isn't that usually how you feel about, like, it's new, it's a little bit lusty?
It depends if it's
How
family
quickly
or,
you get mad.
or like a
Exactly.
female. Because
Precisely.
I'll love my family.
Unconditionally.
Right. It doesn't matter really what you do. Well, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Every single human being.
Right. Because when you love someone that's outside your actual unconditional family, it's a different kind of love. It's not unconditional love, no matter how much people say it.
Well, he's saying that, or based on what Pete's reading, is that we should be trying to get that unconditional loving feeling that we have for our children and our family for our partners.
Correct. But it will never work like that.
It has to. That's
Yeah, but it won't. It won't though. It won't though. Okay.
He's saying that
Okay.
too.
So that's his point.
He started off by
It
saying
won't though.
most people haven't loved. What we're calling love, he's saying most people haven't loved unless it's your kid.
This is how
Correct.
it goes. Yo,
Correct.
This is how it goes. Let me tell them like this, Nisi.
Did you hear the definition?
People will only love how they were raised. It's that simple. You heard? People only know how to love how they were raised.
Right.
So
How you're taught to love.
yeah, that's break it down for them all. So there you go.
Thought about that one? What do you think?
But they
People
never.
only love how they're raised. You know?
Yeah, but again,
Because if I was raised,
it's the blind leading the blind, though.
That's it.
The blind leading the blind too, though, right?
if I was raised with,
You don't understand what it actually means.
if I was raised with certain characteristics, you know, I'm looking for those characteristics. But at the same time, I seen a meme the other day, and it's like, are you gonna choose your mom before me? And it's like, I'm sorry, like, love you to death now, but my mother will like go always, yeah. It's different.
Who should you choose? Your child, your wife, or your mother? Who's first?
I'm gonna choose my child,
Yeah, I
Your
gotta choose
child,
my,
your wife, or your mother?
and then my mother, and then
my child. My child.
Child, mother, wife?
My child. Because he depends on me, right? He's depending on me.
Who's second?
My mom.
Wow, wife last. This is why
Wife is
divorce
last.
up to 50.
like, I love you to
Some
death,
people
but I'm
believe
sorry.
That wife is
You think I'm gonna kill my mom before you? Sorry, baby. Sorry,
Kill.
baby.
Not kill.
No, but that's what I'm
order-
saying. That's what it comes down to.
Then you learn manners. You never been there, Jack.
Mom, child, wife.
Pardon me?
Order of importance. Your mother, your child, your wife. Answer her one.
I would say my mother, my wife, then my child.
What's up?
Mother, child, wife.
Yo, Pia, would have won $3,000.
I don't have any children, so I'm gonna say mother.
If the tight end for the Raiders.
And I don't have a wife, so I'm gonna say mother.
6.5 catches.
But without the teachings of the mother's love, you can't have love for a woman, or you can't have love for a partner, and you can't have love for your children either.
I wouldn't be mad. It's a blow up, right? No one, bro. Yo, you're not 25 over. You're in hell alone.
I think ideally it's supposed to be, at least according to religion, let's bring it back to the Bible, man and wife is supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be one. You're supposed to be one. When you get married, you're supposed to be one. You're supposed to love the person like yourself.
Correct.
So wife is supposed to be the first person.
Correct. That's why you have to make sure you think about when you get married.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because a lot of people put their children before their partner. That's why you
Well, I
have
don't know.
to divorce.
That's my blood. My
again, like I said, it depends on where you are consciously, right? So it depends on your wife too. Like, what level of consciousness is she on? You could be up here and then she's down here. You see what I'm saying? Right. So
You're supposed
it's
to
gonna be a
yoked.
conflict. But if
You're supposed to be the
if you
same
guys are
level.
thinking sort of like the same way, on the same wavelength, then it shouldn't be an issue. Nothing should be an issue.
That's right.
Right.
You don't meet on the same level.
Right.
When you met,
You
you
can
weren't.
meet on the same
When you
level.
met, you weren't on the same level. You had to
Sometimes-
grow, and you had to grow and gain each other to be on the same level.
You're nodding.
When we met, we weren't on the same level. We didn't even know each other. How could we be on the same level?
Sometimes two people can meet and they're on the same level. They're on the same wavelength. They love the same way.
Of course,
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
still, you don't know that person. You still have to learn that person.
Yeah.
That person, you and that person can be on the same level.
You're not one
and in 2 weeks you hate the person.
That's what Pete's definition is saying. So Pete's saying that that's not love. Pete's saying that
You said you love me like.
if you really love somebody,
And now
you
this week
can't
my
not
life's a
love
living
them.
hell.
You can't hate them.
I'm in court. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
I'm in court. That's how people get killed. Like, now you're paying my money now.
Yeah. Thank you for that lesson. That was important because actually the vibe that Strez was on with the whole Drake thing tied really nicely into that.
Yeah, true.
It's a good lesson about the heart and not judging.
Yes. That's why I was saying like Drake should have just came back with another diss track instead
Yeah,
of
for sure.
taking it so personal.
I feel like he feels like they're playing with it. I feel like he feels like they're playing with it.
Pride is a strange thing, huh?
Yeah.
Pride is a strange thing. So, you know, why are you even thinking like that? You've already made it, guy. Like,
Did he make it? We don't know.
From us,
Because they say once you get there, doesn't mean
from us from the outside looking in, Drake, you've made it. But in his heart, he feels like there's more to be done. There's not enough. So he's not there. Like I said, it's not about money and fame. It's about where you're at consciously, man. I can't express that enough. That's what it is. And that's the energy that you bring to yourself. They've always talked about how you attract energy and stuff like that. But if you're thinking on this level here, you're expecting this other stuff to happen.
If you've got a bunch of yes men around you, people that are around you because of how you're perceived.
Right.
The second you're perceived differently, they're going to start acting differently.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm sure he's
Exactly.
chasing that respect that he's lost.
Right. That's the pride again.
Yeah, pride will kill you. Pride will kill you.
Yeah, it killed his career. I don't feel like he bounces back from this.
Who, Drizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's got to disappear.
Yeah, right.
He's got to disappear.
I don't know. You could. I'm not the biggest Drizzy fan, but he's from the dot, and I gotta represent Drizzy. I went to school in California. It doesn't matter. I'm still from the dot.
Yeah.
And if you want to go on paper, who's better? Who sold more hits?
Yeah.
You tell me what happened.
There's no competition.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
He's never gonna lose.
But he only
Drizzy
sold
can't
more
lose.
lyrics.
Everything
I think
has a tie.
his lyrics
Everything has a
kills
moment,
him.
though.
You think? Yeah,
Everything
maybe.
Drake isn't even hip hop.
Maybe. But
Drake is
who's?
like pop.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. He's leaning into it. It's more
lyrically,
hip hop
and I'm not
than
a hip hop
Drake.
person.
Right. So you're saying that Kendrick's more hip hop than Drake?
Lyrically.
I hear, yeah, lyrically. If you want to go back to the boom bap era and you want to go to freestyling, I've never seen Drake do a freestyle ever.
Because he has ghostwriters.
Well, there you go. Supposedly, I don't know. I don't know.
That stuck.
I don't know. But you can check the stats. That's it. Because film does, or like in football, we say film doesn't lie. We'll see you on film, and we could tell if you're tripping or like, you know what I'm saying, if you're playing or if you're not. But on paper, who's winning? Just saying.
Drake, for sure.
And Kendrick's super rich. He's super rich too. But you know who's richer than him?
Drake.
Music-wise, Drizzy, man.
Yeah.
Toronto stand up, man. So what are we talking about? Drizzy's like, yo, hey, you want to know why? What the time that I learned, you can't just, if somebody disrespects you or whatever, you can't just go and punch them in the face. You can't just go and run up in their house. You can't just go and like, you know, kidnap their mom. You can't do that. You know why? Because of lawyers. If you watch the show Suits, that'll tell you right there, point blank period. That's black and it's white. Yeah, I can say something about your mom in front of you in person. Obviously, you're gonna want to beat their ass, right? But you know what? I'll just sue you, and that'll hurt you more in the long run. And Drake's also Jewish. I'm not dissing nobody Jewish, but listen, he's just like, yeah, okay, you got money, right? You got money, right? Okay,
This is what I'm saying.
500 million. I need that. That'll hurt you more than a punch in the face. Tell you right now. Punch in the face, you could take it. You might get knocked out, go to the hospital. Yeah, you'll be all right. You might get punched in the face, not get knocked out. Yeah, you'll be all right. But guess what? When I got 250 mil in your bank account that you have to give me, that'll hurt you long time.
Does Kendrick Lamar performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl hurt Drake?
100%.
Of course.
100%.
That's probably why he's doing all
That is
this.
why. I feel like that's exactly why he's doing it.
And Drizzy's going on tour in Australia. He's making another kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, but he's only doing it at the same time Kendrick's doing the Super Bowl because
just to be busy, instead of being at home watching.
He's like, yeah, he's on a tour and make 600 mil. You know, it's about money. It's like, yeah, okay. whatever. I don't need to come and run up on you and drive by your house and kidnap your family. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I'll hurt your pockets.
Yeah.
And that'll hurt you. Well, if you kidnap someone's family, that's a lot more, you know what I'm saying? But, nah, man.
I feel like so far it's only backfired because it just makes him look like a sore loser. That's how people are taking it.
I hear
That's
it.
how the average fan is seeing him.
Yeah, but you know what Drizzy's saying about the average fan? Okay, don't buy my tickets then. I'm already like 900 and I already have 900 million in my bank account. I'm close to a billionaire. You know, and I don't want to sound like I'm defending anyone because I like both parties, but I'm from Toronto and, you know, it's a smarter move for Drizzy to, I'll hurt you where your pockets are at. I don't need to kidnap you.
Which is true.
I don't need to kidnap you. I don't need a fight. What do we got to fight for? If we want to fight, we could do a boxing match, like a celebrity boxing match.
You should have made another diss track.
Yeah, we should have, and that's why everyone's saying that he lost, right?
Why are you taking
Yeah.
But you know why he doesn't need to? He doesn't need to. He's like, I don't need to, bro.
It's all
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
now he's like,
Exactly.
okay. He's like, let the
Exactly.
big
It's like
boys
you're
cry.
crying.
Right. It's like, what? I can't rap, so I can't battle you by rapping, so I got to take it to court.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying.
What?
I know. They're like, this has never been done before. This is unprecedented.
Never seen that.
Now. Scary time.
Like I said, that would have probably helped his career too. Just him going back and forth. So what I'm saying?
But he's not like that. Drizzy's not.
He is.
He's not combative, though.
No,
He's not
he's
combative.
combative enough. He
Now
battled up.
is the
It's not like
time
this is
then.
the first thing.
This
He
is-
battled up. He
Yo,
showed
now
us
is
the
the
battle.
time, guy. Because this guy's calling you out. Now you got to be. Bring out your A game now, bro.
and make a play.
Bring out your A
Or
game.
else.
Yeah.
Or just congratulate the guy and say, yo, yeah, nice.
Yeah, but what do you want him to do? Squash it and be like, yo, Kendrick, you won, bro. Correct. You're a rapper, right? Yeah.
But if you can't, then tell the guy that he won.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to give him his
Yeah, if you can't, yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Don't go to court, bro.
You can't go to court.
Don't go to court.
But I've never seen a man be like,
That's
oh, you got
because it's not going to end there.
You got this.
End worse. Kendrick's
No,
just
not
going to
with-
diss him again. Just gave the guy more material.
This is
You're
right. You're
It's
right.
a street battle. It's not a
Yeah.
court battle. Correct.
This is what rappers do. They battle each other.
Right, that's the thing. Yeah, it's been like that. But Drizzy's clearly not a rapper because he's playing.
not.
Right, clearly not a rapper. But hey, but
He's salty,
But
man.
his
Salty.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
And when I
he's-
saw him talking about it, he's trying to act unbothered. He is bothered.
He turned to Goldstein and Weinstein immediately.
steam, the steam. Bro, he said call my lawyers.
He did.
But man,
Man,
Yeah. Give yourself a
go on a
year.
yacht.
That's what you need to do. Give yourself a
Go
year.
hang out in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean.
Kevin's made a good point.
For like,
Waiting to watch this thing.
People in the summer aren't looking to bump Kendrick Lamar and his boom bap hip hop. They're not.
correct, because it's boom bap.
Yeah.
And it's lyrical, and
They
you have to
want
sit down
that
and listen.
Drake. They want that vibes. Just disappear for a bit and let people miss you.
Go make money.
yeah.
Show
I think
them.
he's-
Show
But
them.
he's part of the suit though is that being called a pedophile is ruining his financial.
Oh no, you can't do that. Now we
It's
have to
stopped
kidnap
his
your
money.
mom. Like, don't do that.
It has stopped
No.
his money up.
The pedophile thing, yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Well, you think the people in Australia are going to Drizzy concerts sold out?
You're going to
Because they called him a
See, they do concert
pedophile?
here in Toronto, and people will be there. But you better believe, even if Kendrick Lamar doesn't perform, not like us, people will be singing, not like us.
No,
That's-
if
that
he
song is
performs
gonna
that,
be
that's
something.
great. That's. I'm not saying he shouldn't, because if I was Kendrick and I'm beefing with you, I'm performing that.
And that song is a big hit.
It's a big hit, and I'm coming to your city and doing it, and I'm 100 deep because we could whatever. If you're in New York and I'm in Toronto and I have a New York show, you guys better pull up because
That would be the ultimate diss. If Kendrick came here on his tour and did that track in the city. Crazy, no, I think they couldn't.
And they went after them.
In
Vancouver.
No, that was the
Oh, yeah?
Rick Ross.
Oh, Rick
Rick
Ross.
Ross
Okay,
played
okay.
it, and then ended up in a tussle.
Drizzy has beef with Rick Ross.
He did. Rick Ross jumped
Yeah.
in. During
Okay.
the beef, Rick Ross
And-
jumped in and started calling him black boy. All this
okay.
stuff.
And some gangs rushed at his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I think they were Hell's Angels.
Oh man, Hell's Angels don't
Yeah,
play. I tell you
BC
right now.
chapter. BC
Don't get
chapter.
carried away and try
They're
to
like,
come
no,
home.
no, no, no.
And they probably attacked him with the vest on too, saying that we did. Yeah, no, those boys don't play. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drake should just go make money.
That's all. I think that's all he's trying to do, man.
I think for us it's easy to say that because we just see the money part of it, but for him it's hip hop. So a lot of it is respect. A lot of it is clout. You know what I mean?
And they're
your
in the
crew doesn't sit
spotlight.
the same way. They don't. They don't check for you. You gotta call people now that we're calling you down. So
It's unfortunate, man, because
Yeah.
they're both big stars. And Kendrick, didn't Kendrick get a Nobel Peace Prize or something like that?
The Nobel Peace Prize.
our Nobel laureate
Yeah.
or something for writing.
And I'm sure he does.
For writing.
I'm sure he does a lot in his community.
Pulitzer, the Pulitzer.
The Pulitzer.
That's it.
What's that for?
For writing.
For writing.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he's like a poet.
creative.
That's why he named
He
it.
is a poet and he's super creative.
You're winning, guys.
He's super fucking creative.
You want to take that guy's career. You want to mash up that guy's career.
Yeah.
How's that going to make you sleep better at night? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's okay, man.
I feel like Kendrick was always aiming for Drake because if you feel you're the best and you see somebody else being propped up as the best that you feel like isn't even trying the way you're trying,
J-Max the only reason
Pride.
I feel like that was always like a
Pride.
chip on the shoulder.
Pride again.
Yeah, pride. Right.
You're already there, man. You're already there, guy. You don't even know you're there.
Yeah.
But I
That's
guess
the
mentally,
thing.
yeah.
Don't even know. It doesn't feel like it.
Right, right.
For us, you're thinking 100 million. Are you crazy?
Right,
It doesn't
right.
feel like it.
Right.
You're like, how can I be at 100 mil and I still feel like I
Right.
gotta keep this up?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like
That
something's
must be
missing. This guy
crazy.
just took a shot at my ego.
yeah.
Like, you care about that stuff still, bro? At 100 million in?
Yeah.
That's
care about your
why
ego like
Drizzy's like, oh, I don't care about my ego. Call your lawyers. Done. But I understand the principle of calling your lawyers. That's like calling the police when you could just
Yeah.
fight. It's like, oh, I don't want to fight you. I want to.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what Drizzy's doing? Drizzy's on his plane drinking whatever girly drink he drinks.
Just rap, dog.
He's talking about this. He's talking about this.
That feels great.
Even on the street, right?
I guess because he was in the offices with them, he's like, I'm gonna do what you guys have. Because it's Spotify and UMG. Like, come on. First of all, you can't beat these people. Know that.
No.
He's not gonna beat them.
Right.
And
They
he
got the
can
best
drag it
lawyers.
on long enough to make sure he's got nothing
Right.
left.
Right.
That's what I saw. When I saw Rico charge, I said, okay, they're gonna make sure this guy has no money.
Yeah.
They're gonna take everything from this guy. You can't besmirch a company like that and throw those kind of street level crimes on.
Yeah. That was a bad idea.
Come on.
I don't know who advised them on that one, but
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks.
it was like a setup.
This is cool. This is that fake hair stuff. The fibers. Guys, when are we doing Cut and Run 2?
The movie?
Next location. Cut and Run West.
There's west. I'm from the east. I don't know. If you guys
You
move
think
to
it
the
should be
west.
further east?
No, I'm saying if you guys are going to the west, I don't know if I can come check you over there.
No. A second location, not a new location. Another one.
He's good. We're good right here.
Yeah, I'll be coming to this one.
Yeah. We pull up here.
I don't do the
I'm
west.
managing one on the
I'm a
west.
Scarborough boy.
Yeah, for sure. I told you, fucking barbershops are blowing up downtown. It's like the new hustle.
Yeah.
The garbage truck?
Barbershops. This one young guy on my street, he's up to his third location. What happens? Why?
Like nappies. You remember nappies?
Yeah. So don't over.
Cook creators. Yeah.
What happens?
We're not. This is
Quality goes down.
quality goes down. Yeah. Most definitely. I think you need time to kind of build yourself up and make your roots in the city, and it takes a long time in the city to do that.
Sure.
So you have to do that. Just like
It
I look
won't
at.
be here. It won't be this.
Right.
Unless we have you floating.
That's right. Exactly. Because the same thing happened with Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons was around for decades,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, they created their roots, and then they blew up. They were like the biggest coffee shop around. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like their concept. You take your time. You come up because Toronto's a difficult city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Overhead.
Yep, exactly. And people don't have the money like how they have it in the States. If we were in the States, yeah, I could entertain that idea. Probably had more locations. I'd probably have more locations already.
Yeah.
If I was in the States, but here it's not that. You can't really do it like that here.
Like leave-in conditioner. So here's a different me, because I don't know. I grew up in the East. I'm only East. I don't like once I pass like a certain part, like Young Street is supposed to cut the East and the West. But I could go a little west of Young and feel like okay, no problem. Yeah. But then once I get to like Keel and like West
Martin Grove and all these places.
I'm like, nah.
So maybe I'm central.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I need my GPS.
I need GPS.
I need my GPS. 'Cause I'm like, nah. Vaughn Road? No, I'm not going there.
Vaughn Road.
Unless I know someone. No, unless I know somebody from where I'm going.
Yeah.
No problem. I feel safe if I'm with you. No problem.
You guys will go to Eglinton West.
No, Randy's. I used to get my. I used to get some food over there. But that was when I was in. Hey,
Go to Allen's one
tell you a
time.
story. When Conrad died, you know Conrad. That was my barber from when I was born.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then you know Mikey and Scruffy's cousin Herbo. That's the reason that I came to Cut and Run, because they knew J-Mac. But anyways, so I went with my next boy who always had fresh cuts. He's like, yo, we gotta go to like pretty much Eglinton West, and I was like, nah, like I'll figure it out. But at this time, I didn't have a barber because my barber passed away.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Conrad.
You talking about Ron? You talking about Ron? You talking about Craig's uncle?
No, Craig's uncle's dad. He's talking about his dad.
Conrad,
uncle.
the real, yo. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So he cut my hair from when I was born. Anyways, where was I? So he always had a fresh cut. I'm like, bro, where you get your haircut? He's like, yo, you gotta come with me. I'm going this Friday. And I already had an afro because I haven't got my hair cut in a month. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll come with you. And I'm like, bro, why is it taking us 2 hours to go why is it taking us 2 hours to go from, you know what I mean? Like Victoria Park to, which is the border of East York, North York, I'm like, bro. But then when I got the cut, I was like, okay, this is nice, but I'm not doing it. This is good. So I went here a couple times, and then eventually, that's when I was like, I don't know, like 15 years old, 14 maybe. And then Herbo, my right-hand man, Filipino cat, Scarborough boy, he's like, yo, I go to this guy named J-Mac. He cuts at Cut and Run. They're at Woodbine in Danforth. Right, so I went there, and then I got cut by... This Brooke. This guy named Brooke.
Yeah, American guy. Yeah.
So I got cut by him a couple times, and then I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I went to Pete, and then Pete, who's the owner of this shop, shut up, Pete. You understand? Cut and Run. They run the cut. They run the cut. You understand? Shut up, Pete. So then Pete was cutting my hair, and then they got their own shop. You feel me? And then I hit Panther, and then. No, it's still Cut and Run, but it was before the shop across the street. You know what I'm saying? So then Pete used to cut my hair, and then man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how everything stacks up. You feel me? Mr. Kev, where'd you come from, bro?
Crispy friggin'.
Where'd you come from, Cliff?
You see, he's gonna get a cut or he's not gonna get a cut. Yeah. So some people don't cut their hair in the winter. Or some men are still cutting their hair.
Yeah. No, he's not getting a cut this week. He'll get a cut though. He'll still cut his hair.
What?
Just asking if you cut your hair in the winter.
Yeah. Not as short, not as long. Ask him how much he pays for his haircut.
He doesn't have to pay.
No, he pays.
Edit that. Edit that. I don't want to cuss him off. Normal question. I don't want to cuss him out on TV. Next thing you know, I'm getting phone calls from the street saying, yo, why you embarrass my man like that on TV?
so long. I just wanted to know. Because I don't cut your hair. So I don't know.
And I never seen it.
Keep it up.
Right? Hey.
100%. That was a good one, Pete.
How are you?
Thank you for watching another episode of Shop Talk. Please remember to press that subscribe button down at the bottom. Peace.
I did it.